check, mic check. Did everybody vote in the poll? Mic check, mic check. Did everybody vote in the poll? Perfect. That's what you hear. When you hear that, that's what you hear. It's your bitch in the background. Perfect. Heavy panting, heavy breathing as I'm smacking. Smack. Perfect. That's your bitch. That's your bitch, right? That's your bitch, right? I'll tell you, that's your bitch, right? Oh, Perfect is live. Perfect is live, Daddy. You know? Perfect went live today. That Perfect is live. Yeah, bitch. Perfect is live, bitch. Yeah, right? So what we gonna do, we gonna get to the intro, man. We gonna find something real nice and fly, fresh, and collective to get to the intro, man. Which one I want? I want, I know what I want. I'm just thinking, let's do our station identification, man. Let's do our station identification, man. Cause I know what I want. Yeah, that's the what I want right there, man. Yeah, I knew that was a while ago. So I fuck it. Cause I wanted something newer, but I just had this vibe. It came on while I was working out, so this is what we rocking with today. Working against me, man. Station identification, man. What's the station name, man? It's Perfect Timing Podcast with the blast on your ass. Let's get this out the way. This fair use right here. Fair use. Today is a podcast hosted by Perfect of the Perfect Timing Podcast Network. I would like to say to you as an intro that everything today is created by a professional content creator, YouTuber, the founder named Perfect. And everything is meant to be in a comedic fashion, not meant to be bullying, maligning, or insulting in any way. Please take everything with a grain of salt. Do not try this at home. We are professionals and we are not doing this for our best interests at heart. Thank you for watching and enjoy the show. Perfect timing. Can we get that intro? Yeah, we can get that intro now. Let's get that intro. Oh, okay. We working the way we working. Okay, let's go. 5.0, 5.0,
Niggas broke as fuck, y'all be pocket watching. On my own scripts, I'm a real doctor.
Pocket
On my
watching.
birthday, I got a rocket launcher.
Let's
All
go.
these spikes on my feet, like I'm playing soccer. Got a foreign with no limits, bitch, I'm silk the socket. She gon' suck it till I quit, she a pill popper. 550 on this plate, I don't eat Whoppers. Need to come save your bitch, cause I can't stop her. Sippin' wine up in Louis, I'm a real shopper.
Ocean Prime with a dime, eating real lobster. I like bitches that be bougie but be real toppers. If Tay around, then it's juice, he a seal popper. If your bitch around, we gon' chill after. Ain't no niggas at our party, bitches crowded out. I got mad fits, but this jacket all I'm proud about. Behind tents, facing woods, got it clouded out. Nick Cannon in the coupe, how I'm wildin' out.
She want me to hit it raw, brought the condom out. Hey, if it ain't about no money, fuck you crying about. Remember sneaking in the fuck out of her mama house. Fucking bitches off my name, I got hella clout. Said he took some shit from me, yeah, I highly doubt. And she ride it like a pro, watch her titties bounce. Remember having back spasms, sleeping on that couch.
$1,000 boots, stumping like I'm upset. Been that nigga, they keep telling me I'm up next. With another nigga, bitch, having rough sex. Play fighting with your son, he ain't tough yet. Niggas rapping 10 years, still ain't up yet. Taking hoes on 10 dates, still ain't fuck yet. Roof Chris, 10 plates, we ain't stuffed yet. Niggas lame, tryna hang, nigga, fuck that.
I be chillin' where the killers and the thugs at. All these bags in the club, we got guns packed. Big stumping in these Christians, it's a bloodbath. Multiplying all these blues, yeah, it's good math.
I'ma keep counting these blues till my thumbs crack. 3 grams in my wood, where your lungs at? I was never tryna fuck where your tongue at. Niggas tryna do a song where your funds at. I thought it was gonna rain today, so I put these motherfuckers on. Alright, let me see.
Ten days still ain't fuck yet. Perfect time in podcast with the blast on your ass. 10 days still ain't fuck yet. Who else is doing it like this? This Friday, we coming in with that hot intro. They clone Tyrone. Yo, bitch on my bone. What's going on? Perfect time in podcast with the blast. We watching this story closely. Everybody been doing the story. I did the story first. So you know I got the live reaction from the live press conference. We're going to go to the press conference live. But right now we doing that jive, man. Niggaology, niggarachi. Let's go.
Honey, make the wood burn slow, you know. We're having escargot, you know. I'm not afraid to spark pole, you know. Touchable just went gold, you know. Those Percocets are gonna wear off, you know. They only get along because they share ops, you know. We like stealing off on marks, you know. I miss catching fades at Sims Park, you know. Do I have to raise my voice for you to hear me? If I didn't extend my hand, could you feel me? Another innocent man just pled guilty. You can believe it or not. Who am I, Ripley? Is Trimble carried the smoke name like a chimney? Dolce and gold chains like Nipsey? Buddha pendant and rope chain? Are you kidding me? Had me thinking like, was he faded off the Hennessy? I've got the bag all my life. Nickels act tough, but they be dropping dimes like before Brody blast, he spark a wood and get his mind right. Wish C3 could hit fire camp and get his time sliced. Newborn, I really miss you, Brody, stay strong. My pop's been in the hole, so he can't call. You on the court, but you never played ball. Heard Mike Grinders hit every dorm and really break jaws. Honey, make the wood burn slow, you know. We're having escargot, you know. I'm not afraid to spark pole, you know. Touchable just went gold, you know. Those Percocets are gonna wear off, you know. They only get along because they share ops, you know. We like stealing off on marks, you know. I miss catching fades at Sims Park, you know. When you think people solid, they fold. I don't want to hear any excuses, you told. We caught Cuddy with his pants down, he froze. Make a 3, look at the stands now, D-Rose. Hey, Crow, do you see that car coming? Remember when we would hit Peck and get the park jumping? Spot suckers, then bounce out and leave the car running? Before we started commercial licks, I would car pass. When Crash hopped out, I did a 40-yard dash. A sunny day on second, damn near had a hot flash. Hot chopper, but I just really need a compact. I don't want an extendo, where's the stock at? It's just me and you, there's no room for backup. Heavy in the field, make sure your boots are strapped up. Fell behind, there's nothing to do but catch up. Maybe change your mindset and get a new perspective. Let the wood burn slow.
You know, 5.0.
We're having escargot.
You know, hey.
I'm not afraid to spark pole.
You know.
Touchable just went gold.
You know.
Those Percocets are gonna wear off.
You know.
They only get along because they share ops.
You know.
We
Bitch.
like stealing off on marks.
Mark ass
I miss
bitch.
catching fades at Sims Park.
Mark ass bitch. Mark ass bitch. How about to leave the car running? How about to leave the car running? I used to steal off on Marks, you know. You face at Sims Park, you know. On Marks, you know.
Stealing off on marks.
That shit.
Catching fades at Sims Park.
That shit. You like stealing off on Marks, you know. Hopping out with the car running, bro. Slapping off in your bitch punk hoe. You ain't nothing but a bitch from the bro. You know. Perfect time in podcast with the blast on your ass. We like stealing off marks, you know. Catching fades at the park, you know. You was always a bitch, you know. You never hang outside, you know. You always was a bitch, you know. You never caught a fade at the park, you know. But I was stealing off on marks, you know. Catching fades at the park, you know. Serving straight double O's, you know. Chopping up 2 O's, you know. Selling crack to your mama, you blow. You bitch asshole. I jumped out, whooped your ass with the car running. I served your daddy and kept on going. I stacked 5 cars in front of mommy house. I had 100,000 in the wall, and that's no doubt. 7 guns, had fun when we hanging out. Shoot you down with no doubt, and I ain't hanging out. I like stealing off on marks, you know. Hanging out at the park, you know. Give me a sniff of that blow, you know. A 101 up my nose, you know. Bitch ass niggas. I hung out where your ass couldn't go, you know. We stayed out when you had to go home, you know. We jumped off the porch, little bro. We hung out where you couldn't go. Nigga, what the fuck? Freaky Friday in the motherfucking building, man. Carlee Russell then got charged with bars. They is not playing. It's a long list, and they pissed. Now, it's a lot of conversation we ain't had. We talked about this shit, man. We talked this shit up about how this shit would play out. When you hear the press conference, you really gonna understand this was never a game. And what I said, you gotta go back. I'm gonna link my first video. I'm gonna link my first video that I did to this, because when you hear the press conference, you'll understand why some people were saying the downstream effects is going to be severe for black men. But I don't know. The press conference, they're not playing. The Alabama police, now, when we played our version, what we did is we played the 911 call. I told you I worked in 911 operating facilities. I manage call centers. I've taught individuals the first time on a call center headset, the first time using a call dialer. That's the software. You don't use a phone when you're in the call center. When I say I'm a technical trainer and I've trained PhDs, I've trained people on different various levels, but I've dealt with individuals who've never worked in a call center, never worked in sales, never had a script, or never worked with a call dialer. And there's different levels to call dialers. Some software is more complex. You have to be able to put the call on hold. You have to be able to go to the bathroom. You maybe have to bring up a different script depending on where the address is. The wrong script may come up. So I'm facilitating all of this. I troubleshoot the software. So what I noticed on that 911 call is that operator was a seasoned, skilled 911 operator, and she never asked about the child. She immediately went to the fact that I know where this street is. When everybody is saying about this cut, the 911 operator knew a lot of complexities. The 911 operator knew the street, knew it was nighttime, knew it was a complex freeway. She heard the 600 yards. She heard everything she heard made her know that this was a lie. I'm telling you, when you listen to the police press conference, they knew this was a lie from the 911 call. The police rapidly responded because they knew it was a false flag. And then everything from that, you have to unpack about this black culture, black consciousness conversation that we're having. You got to influx the country music song, which is #1 in the country. Does anyone know what a sundown town is? I asked my brother Rogish, and I got to make sure, shout out to Rogish. I wanted Rogish to do a show on what a sundown town is, because like Black Elder Black Uru says, as we move forward in progression, a lot of this knowledge is going to be lost. So when you hear a white man make a country song, and you have a lot of black conservatives who are very young, who may not know what a sundown town is, and may not be familiar with black American apartheid, you know? So when they hear the song, it's a good song. And then we didn't make up the term dog whistle. We didn't make up the term Southern strategy. We're in a presidential election. I don't know how certain black conservatives are saying the song is not having a dog whistle. It's not about, when there's an actual definition to dog whistle. There's actual definition to Southern strategy. We are in a presidential campaign, and there's a definition to a sundown town. So you have to think about all these things when you hear what the police chief is saying about how he would like to move forward. It's like he could put his song, he could put the press conference to music, right? He could actually put the press conference to music the way he was speaking about, the way he felt about what she had did, right? And what his goals are going to be moving forward. So it's important that we had this conversation. Yes, it's fun. We having fun. It's a podcast. I got the jokes and more. Fly ass intro, you know, it's a good time, right? But there is there is always a spoonful of sugar help the medicine go down. So we really have to unpack this, and it's important that we understand. So today, what's happening right now? My name is Perfect. You're watching the Perfect Timing Podcast. I'm going to share my show real quick before we go to the press conference. It's hot in the bitch off in my podcast studio because I don't like the air conditioner on, and I always forget to cut the air conditioner on before I start my podcast. So I'll be in here baking like a hot potato. I mean, I'm glistening right now. I mean, I'm shining, man, like a black diamond. Shining like a diamond right now. Oh, shit, it's hot in the motherfucking here. And then I worked out, so my heart rate is already beating hella high. You know, I've got my heart rate up, so it's good I do the podcast now because you want to get your heart rate up, keep your heart rate up for 12 minutes. We're going to be doing this shit, so if you see me just going, you know what I'm saying? Hey, man, and I need me some coochie, man. I need some coochie, oochie, ookie. Yeah, motherfuckers gonna be honest, man. No. That's why I got all this energy. I'm doing all type of working out. I'm probably gonna be sore, you know what I'm saying? But look, I got all this energy, and so that's what we're gonna be doing. So let's share the show. Everybody share the show. Happy Friday to everybody. You know, MC Ren, MC Ken said he didn't get his notification yesterday. If you didn't hit the notification bell, then you won't get the notification. See, people be like, I like you, Perfect, but I don't want to get all of the notifications. Well, that's okay. But if you don't click a notification, you won't get no notifications, right? So that's the way it works. So if you get my notification, you can ignore it, you know. I don't want you to ignore it, but I would prefer that you click all notifications, and if you're busy, you might just miss one, but that's all right. You know, you could get it in the replay. You know what I'm saying? So shout out to my brother Kenzie and Red. I'm sharing the show to make sure YouTube pushes it out on everybody's timeline so the people who love and support the 5.0 Perfect Timing Podcast can come out and have a good time. See this Carlee, Carletha, that's her actual name, Carletha Russell. Got a brand new dance. It's called the Carlee Shuffle. Call a new dance. It's called the Carlee Hustle. Google theft, Google theft, Google theft, Google theft. Now kidnap yourself. Now kidnap yourself. Target, 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 target. Now kidnap yourself. Now kidnap. How it go? Google theft, Google theft, Google theft, Google theft. Target, 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 target. Now kidnap yourself. Now kidnap yourself. They got a brand new dance. It's called the Carlee Shuffle. A brand new dance. It's gonna learn a hustle. A Google theft, Google theft, Google theft. A target, 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 target. Don't forget to wipe yourself. Don't forget to wipe yourself. Don't forget, she got toilet paper and no drawers. She got toilet paper and no drawers. She came home with an extra $100. We still don't know what happened in that 48 hours. After this teleconference, we still won't know. Where did the $100 come from, Carlee? Did you get your Apple Watch back? Who wig was it? Was there an orange wig? You left a hair unit in the car. It was a red Benz. Where the car is the car impounded? There's so much to unpack. There's so much to discuss. This is just a beautiful day from the content gods. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Now kidnap yourself. Now kidnap yourself. Right to the press conference. High off the presses. Carlee Russell. Let's hear the charges.
Hoover police detectives obtained warrants for the arrest of Carlee Russell through the Hoover Municipal Court for her actions related to faking her kidnapping and subsequently making false statements to detectives as they investigated this case. Her decisions that night created panic and alarm for the citizens of our city and even across the nation, as the concern grew that a kidnapper was on the loose using a small child as bait. Numerous law enforcement agencies, both local and federal, began working tirelessly not only to bring Carlee home to her family, but locate a kidnapper that we know now never existed. Many private citizens volunteered their time and energy into looking for a potential kidnapping victim that we know now was never in any danger. This story opened wounds for families whose loved ones really were victims of kidnappings some of which even helped organize searches in hopes they could find Carlee alive so that her family would not experience the pain and suffering that they felt when their loved ones never returned home. As we know, actions can have consequences, and that's why we're here today. This afternoon, Carlee Russell, with the assistance of her attorney, turned herself into the Hoover City Jail, where she was arrested for the following charges: false reporting to law enforcement authorities, Class A misdemeanor, $1,000 bond; falsely reporting an incident, a Class A misdemeanor with a $1,000 bond. Each of these charges carry up to a year in jail.
So this is our first break in the coverage. So let's everybody know right now, in my thumbnail, in the title, I said Charlie Rest. Oh, my bad, Carlita. I was about to call her Charlie Hustle. I think we got a new hashtag, ladies and gentlemen. Charlie Hustle. So Charlie Hustle was charged is my thumbnail, but now we got the news. This is what everybody been wondering and wanting to hear. Perfect. Was she charged? Was she arrested? Everybody, ladies and gentlemen, listening, first time you're hearing it right now, Carlita has been charged and arrested. Okay? Now he's going to give us a list of charges. So let me put this up. I'm going to hide this comment from my wife. I love you. Ken said Red said he hit the bell. I don't believe him, ladies and gentlemen. It's either you or YouTube, Ken. It's either you or you. Hey, baby, you know we like Rodman. Rodman said, when I was 16, I got my first job from my uncle. He said, 2 weeks went by, I didn't get paid. I went and knocked on my uncle door. I said, Uncle, where I didn't get paid yet. He said, the checks didn't get cut yet. He said, I looked at my uncle, I looked back, I said, it's either you or the check, nigga. It's either you or the check, nigga. Somebody getting cut today. My check getting cut or you getting cut. So it's either you or YouTube, kid. So I'm going to say it's you, Kenneth. You and Carlita is in the car together. See, Kenneth, and Kenita and Carlita was been working in conjunction. No, they didn't do this shit by herself. She had an accomplice. So that's why Ken is saving it, rest having it in the chat. Let's get back to the motherfucker video. Carlita done been arrested, everybody. I need to back her up. So she's not just charged, everybody. She has been arrested. Let's go.
Potential fine of $6,000 upon conviction. Ms. Russell was released from jail after posting bond. We initially presented this case to District Attorney Lanice Washington, who agreed to handle prosecution through district court. After consulting with the Circuit Court of Jefferson County, Bessemer Division, the case was referred back to municipal court for charging because the only applicable charges were misdemeanors. Judging from the amount of phone calls and emails that we've received from people all over the country, I know many are shocked and appalled that Ms. Russell is only being charged with 2 misdemeanors, despite all the panic and disruption her actions caused. Let me assure you, I too share the same frustration, but existing laws only allow the charges that were filed to be filed. I can tell you that I will be contacting our state legislatures on behalf of law enforcement in Montgomery.
So now the pin drops, right? The pin drops. This is what we were talking about on the Roger report. She's only being charged with 2 misdemeanors because that's all the law will allow. And later on, there will be a question as to why did such a calamity ensue? Why was there so much hoopla? And if you've been watching me and if you study the way these narratives proliferate and why they created such a spectacle out of Johnny Depp and the Amber Heard, which is a personal matter. People fall in love, get married, have fights, get divorced all the time. But they wanted to use this personal issue to get policy passed. What you hear him saying is the reason why the story was on CNN and got global coverage, because there is policy to ensue that they will use Carlee. It may even be named the Carlee Russell Law. They do that, like polyplast. They do that for falsifying a 911 call, for falsifying this and that. It can be called the Carlee Russell law. And this is a young 20-year-old who was feeling emotional, who did not ask and did not want this to be a global national story. But this is a political year, and there are political operatives at work. I said this happened with Sukiyana. When Sukiyana had the issue with the young man, and all the similar political operatives circled around her to provide her an opportunity to turn her career into a political vehicle. And she said, I'm not going to charge him. And that's when it stopped. And then she came out and did some more vulgar stuff. And they had to retract everything they said and the support they had behind Sukiyana. The same political apparatus, but adversely so, is working now. So we talked about black women in banking today, and the political apparatus that behind that support that different new level of black consciousness. So there is a dueling. There is a dueling political operatives. You got Dems and Republicans, red and blue and Green Party. So there is a compelling fraction of political operatives who want to use this to for their political goals. Let's go back to the video so he can articulate it better for you.
Asking them to look at this law applied to these facts and urge them to add an enhancement to current legislation when somebody falsely reports kidnapping or another violent crime. Because of the attention this case has garnered, we've requested Attorney General
to enhance the crime, to enhance the statute when somebody falsifies a 911 call or lies about, will that apply to women who lie about sexual assault? Because that's the first thing I'm thinking about as a man and a member of the Black manosphere. Will that law, will it be a national law, and will that apply to women who falsify and claim that someone did something to them who's a sexual assault? Because this is what the Black manosphere has been talking about. So if Carlita, shout out to Carlita. So if Carlita is our way to getting these false allegations to get jail time, not misdemeanors, right? Not actual misdemeanors, but like the lady in Florida who called her brother, said, shoot this shit up. So for people who do these type of things, people who falsify calls about sexual assault, will they get real jail time? Will that be a felony? Did you hear what he said? Let's play it again. Kenzie in red said what happened. So you didn't hear about Google theft, Google theft, Google theft, Google theft, target, 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 target. Now kidnap yourself. Now kidnap yourself. So Carlee Russell, just for a recap, is a young lady from I believe Alabama, a young black lady from Alabama, nursing student, about 26 years old. Last week or earlier this week, reports came out that she was missing. And the story went nationwide and even was on some globally syndicated news outlets like CNN and C-SPAN of the such, right? And that's why I say global, because once you get on CNN, it's international, and that's what Black Uru was saying. So this wasn't just a local or a national story. She reached international media. So it was 48 hours she was missing, and everybody was afraid for her life. She claimed she saw a toddler. She claimed there was somebody with the orange hair who abducted her. When she came back home 48 hours later, she told her parents and news outlets that she had fought for her life. Now, she came back home with $100 in her sock that she didn't have when she left. Immediately, the investigation ensued. I believe the investigation started from the 911 call, but the police came out and said that what we have so far is that Carlita was kicked out of school. She allegedly was on drugs, and we know for a fact that she committed theft that day where she stole cheeses and she stole toilet paper. And she Googled theft, she Googled 48 hours, and she Googled how much does it cost to get an Amber Alert. Then she picked this place to pull over where she could easily get away. So next what happened was, it's the timeline. So next what happened is, Carlee Russell shows up back home. The police reveal that they believe it was all a hoax. At this point in time, Carlee Russell has not come out to say it's a hoax. Carlee Russell and her parents go to the media and say Carlee Russell fought for her life. After speaking to the police, Carlee Russell lawyers up. After obtaining a lawyer, Carlee Russell speaks to police after coming home. Once speaking to police, Carlee Russell admits that it was a hoax. Oh, the stream froze? That's cool, because this gives me a good opportunity to recap. So Carlee Russell admitted that it was a hoax. Police come out and say, we've spoken to Carlee Russell's attorney. She's refused to come in, but via her attorney, she's told us that it was all a hoax, and we will update you. Today, about an hour ago, while I was working out, this press conference came out where Carlee Russell and the police there are saying that not only was she charged, but she was arrested. Now, a couple things I want to point out. They submitted this case to the district attorney because they wanted her charged for a felony and they wanted the DA to prosecute. The DA sent it back. Now, we need to look up the name of that DA, right? Because it sounded like a name of somebody that might look like Carlita. I know Black Elder Black Uru would be a wonder, because the same thing happened with the case in Chicago. And Elder Black Uru said that today, where Black women are being put in these positions of power, and you see how they're exacting their power and giving other Black women white privilege. So he said he's very upset and frustrated at the fact that they submitted this case to the district attorney. The district attorney returned it back because there was nothing for her to charge. There was only misdemeanors. And then he went forward to say, I'm not accepting that. I'm going to my congressman because I want to create a law called the Carlee Russell law that will make what she did punishable with jail time, i.e. creating a felony charge for lying and falsifying a violent crime. And my hope and prayer coming from the Black manosphere that will apply to women who falsify sexual assault charges. Let's go back to the video. That was a quick recap.
Steve Marshall's office adopt this case, and they've agreed to do so. The Hoover Police Department wants to thank everyone that assisted us from the beginning and continues to assist us in this case as we work its way through the criminal justice system. Joining me at the podium today is State of Alabama Attorney General Steve Marshall.
Hey, did you know that PG&E and SCE are now paying California homeowners thousands of dollars up front to put a backup battery system in their home?
Thank you, Chief. Let me begin by commending Hoover Police Department Chief Durgis for his leadership in this investigation. Obviously, this captured many's attention as a result of not only the allegations themselves, but also the concern about a possible victim in being able to return her home. The work that was done by the Hoover Police Department was monumental in its lift, and the results of that work you are seeing come to fruition today with the charges that have been levied. I also want to commend the many other men and women of both state and federal law enforcement for their work collaboratively with the Hoover Police Department in assisting in this investigation. Chief, appreciate the opportunity to be able to partner with you in this prosecution. We will dedicate a team to be able to help the city of Hoover in handling these two individual charges and look forward to bringing this case to fruition. One thing I would add is
a federal, state, and local commission in conjunction, and they're dedicating the team when this inflation. And I know Alabama is doing bad. Y'all remember when I talked about Alabama in the Bible Belt? This is just one of those states where $7 is the minimum wage. $7.25. How far can I drive? What can I buy for $7.25? Half the states in the pie make $7.25. I said gas never got above $5. Gas is $5 in California. I don't know if y'all know, it's $5. And if you got a Mercedes and you go to Chevron, gas been $7 for the past 2 years. But gas never got above $5 in places like Alabama. But they have the money for this federal, local, and state task force. And he said he's dedicating the team for 2 misdemeanors. We got them working in shifts. A team for 2 misdemeanors in a state where the minimum wage is $7 an hour and the medium income. Remember when that young boy was murdered? They said the medium income, young Jay, it was $17,000. 80% of the people work at Walmart in that city, and they make $12,000 a year. And you got a team of federal agents dedicated to 2 misdemeanors?
Is that we don't see this as a victimless crime. There are significant hours spent, resources expended as a result of this investigation. And not only that, but the many men and women who are civilians that wore those yellow vests on a hot afternoon and evening looking for someone they thought was abducted, trying to be of assistance. We intend to fully prosecute this case and look forward to working with the Hoover Police Department moving forward. We also would tell you that we will continue to monitor this investigation to determine whether or not there are any additional charges that need to be brought, and we'll evaluate those as the facts are presented.
Thank you. All right, this time we'll open the floor to questions. If you'll please raise your hand and identify yourself and your affiliation when I call on you.
Yeah, David Lamb, CBS 42. This question for Mr. Attorney General. What is it about this case that made it rise to the level to where it was a case that you wanted to take on?
Attorney General, what made this rise to the level of a case that you wanted to take it on? Pay attention, everybody. Shout out to the Black Elder, Black Uru. I've been trying to get y'all to get underneath the surface of these issues. The AG,
We handle cases across the state. We have jurisdiction throughout for both misdemeanors and felonies. And when Chief Durgis asked for our assistance, we were more than happy to be able to assist.
Is it common for you?
Oh, the chief asked. The chief asked. He tried to get away. Because that's a logical question from a white man. Why are you asking me that?
To be involved in misdemeanors, like a case like this?
It's not uncommon.
Right here.
Is it uncommon for the AG to be involved in misdemeanors like this? Oh, y'all not paying attention, brothers. The writing is on the wall. It's not uncommon. It's not. Yeah, it is, man. Yeah, it is.
Limbs, WAGG 610, 100.1 FM, Summit Media. Chief, this question is for you.
Yes.
What time was Carlee arrested today with her attorney, and has she made bail?
She has. She was processed in our facility within the past hour.
Do you expect any charges to be forthcoming with her parents, or is this just all on Carlee?
Good question.
At this point, and again, I think anything is, all as the Attorney General said, their team will also be searching through our files, and we'll find out what they say.
Carol.
So we got Carlee Russell charged, arrested, and has posted bail. And did you hear from the Southern Radio? How you doing, Bill? Hey, Bill, this is Jethro from Southern Country Radio, Town News, Sundown. I just want to ask, is there going to be any charges for the parents? Any extension? Did she bail out? Is she in prison? What we going to do to this nigga bitch? And when we going to do it? Do it now. Just from the country news.
Carol Robinson with AL.com. Have you, since we spoke last in the press conference, been able to retrace where she was during the 49 hours she was missing, and have you determined if she was with anyone else during that time?
We have not found anything out on either one of your two questions.
Right here.
That's a good question, too. They on her ass. Where you been, Carlee? Google that. Target. The accomplice getting charged.
Bell, ABC 3340 News. Has there been any decision about a possible civil suit against Carlee and or her family? Also, what impact?
Cause look, if she left her wallet, if she left her Apple Watch, how did she get from that location back home? Where did she stay for those 48 hours? Where did she sleep? There's an accomplice. The accomplice is going to be charged. They got a team of investigators. Somebody going to crack. Who going to be the gunner? Sergio Kitchens, I'm gonna ask you a question. When you got arrested with Jeffrey and there was lean and cream and guns in the car, were they yours? No, ma'am. Is YSL a gang? Yes, ma'am. Who is somebody gonna break? Somebody gonna break because somebody paid for her hotel. Somebody bought her food. I mean, she had the same drawers on. She didn't wash her ass. She had socks on. She didn't have socks on when she left. She had $100 in her pocket. Where was you? Because that is gonna speak to whether or not there will be more charges.
Would this have on Hoover Police Department filing a suit, have on the criminal case as well?
Yeah, we have not discussed that. Of course, we talked about the hours of overtime and all the significant resources that we used. And we'll certainly be talking to the Attorney General's office about possibly getting some of those funds returned to us.
Have you wondered if your life experience could become your new career or maybe a new business? What would it be like if you could take the challenges you've been through?
What would it be like if they gave a fuck about the content creator more than profit?
Those would have taken place in another jurisdiction, so we would not have charges ourselves.
Robinson, WDRC. Chief, do you mind repeating those charges and fines one more time for us?
Sure.
Okay, everybody. Mrs. Perfect Timing. I know you got a couple more minutes, but I need some of my mods in the chat. Can we get a list of the charges, everybody? I need somebody. I ain't seen Tracy. Tracy, you don't love me. I seen Deborah the other day. Thank you, Deborah. But I need somebody, one of my mods. Let's get the charges listed. Let's do this right. We having fun. We having a good time. But, we need to pay attention to what's going on. Carlee Russell was charged and arrested, and she's bonded out. There is an AG creating a team to facilitate the charges, right? But they are upset with the fact that felony charges can't be prosecuted and there probably be no jail time. So what they're doing in lieu of being able to put her in jail is they're creating a task force to create legislation, to create legislation, to create legislation. Huh? A federal enhancement. Like Roger said, who y'all think that federal enhancement, who y'all think those new laws are going to be unfairly applied to? I can't even get this shit out. I can't even get this shit out. I mean, I hope and pray that, that there's a law created, birthed up out of the Black manosphere that will hold women accountable for false allegations of sexual assault. But I don't think that's going to happen. More than likely that disproportionately this new enhancement in law will be used against Black men. So why was Carlee Russell international news? Why is the AG on it? To create more slave patrol laws for Black men. And you don't have to agree with me. This is my opinion, my perspective. I'm looking through the looking glass. And you don't have to agree with me, but we can look at the numbers on how the law is applied to Black men versus Black and white women. There's not enough jails to incarcerate women, but there are more Black men incarcerated in America than there are individuals incarcerated globally. There are more Black men incarcerated in America, the number one country, the freest country, the richest country. There are more Black men incarcerated in America than there are individual humans incarcerated globally. So disproportionately, when new laws are created, they affect us. Hello? Will Tampa Bone said, let's see what my brother said. Being charged with falsely reporting of law enforcement officers and falsely reporting on the incident and being charged, both charges carry bond of $1,000 each and are punishable by up to 1 year in jail and a $6,000 fine. And that he's saying that's not good enough. He wants an enhancement. He wants an enhancement, and he's going to fight for that. And like I said with polyplas, the law could be named. This is like when they talk about infamy, the legislation so that people vote for it and you get this visceral response from this. It's a Southern strategy to get it on the ballot and to get it to pass. We're going to call it the Carlee Russell legislation. They do that. They do that. And the civil case, shout out to Cole Black. I was talking good about you the other day. I was talking good about you too, Tampa Bong. Shout out to all my brothers in the building. I was talking about Tampa Bong yesterday as it relates to the young brother who got the $300 million contract in his bridge program, Tampa. I was talking about you in Hot Sauce and giving you your props and your accolades and your roses. And I even made up a song, and I said, the principle of pleasure is the present principle. Oh, it's the proximity to power. It's the proximity to power. Yeah, man. It's the proximity to power. You got to do the prep. Now, we used to do the prep like this. It's the present principle. Oh, y'all young. Tampa Bar, all y'all youngsters in the chat. Y'all know about doing the prep. Y'all wasn't at the party doing the WAP and doing the prep. I did the WAP, I did the prep. And Janet Jackson did the prep like this, like, because she wasn't, she wasn't at the party like that. But it's the proximity to power. And Jalen got the $300 million. He has his bridge program. He has his juice program. And so I was giving you your props because you do that, but you do that for money. That's your job. You get paid. And people may not understand what is a bridge program. Why would Jalen, and this goes right into affirmative action, and I'm talking about this because they're using this young girl. They will use this young girl as an example to get legislation passed. We got to talk about it. I know people like the jokes, but we got to talk about it. Why would Jalen, who just got this $300 million, think it was necessary to create a bridge program? And what is a bridge program for inner city youth? And why would he want to bridge inner city youth to Ivy League schools? Where I just did a story, Tampa Bong, where I told everybody that CNN just put out a report that 80 to 90% of our lawyers, CEOs, and presidents come from PWIs and Ivy League schools. And if we change the administration, the admin policies, we can change what the leaders of America look like. And I laughed because that's what they just did. The Supreme Court just changed admissions at these schools to give whites an unfair advantage and to solidify white privilege to make sure that even after 2030 and America's decline, you still have this white leadership after America's no longer a majority white country. Yeah, all this shit matters. So he got his $300 million. He does a bridge program because he understands it's not about basketball. It's about the next generation of leaders, the next generation of lawyers, CEOs, senators, and presidents. So he wants inner city Black youth to have an opportunity to bridge into this world. So he create the juice program, he create the bridge program, because it's a dueling thing going on where you have everyone telling young people, don't go to college, college debt. And right butted up against affirmative action and the test scores that are related to two-parent households and high income is the college debt. 400 billion, 1.6 trillion, 40 million people in debt, and everybody's scaring kids not to go to college. Where low-income people hear this and think about college being a debt trap and don't hear about the fact that all of the presidents come from these places and they say, well, fuck it, I'm not going to go to college. I'm going to be an internet celebrity. I'm going to make $1 million. But no one is talking about the $1 million Hollywood wives who sacrifice money and fame to get their children in Ivy League schools. So you're saying to yourself, you're going to forego college and go make millions of dollars. But the white women who did that same thing are now risking their life and freedom to get their children in motherfucking Ivy League schools. Because they understand the proximity to power. It's the proximity to power. Oh, proximity to power. That's exactly what it is. It's the proximity to power. The AG. First, this is the first time we've seen the AG. You saw the police chief. Now you hear about look how this big this is. Like, we joking, but they just announced that there was a federal task force convened. That not only there was y'all seen the movie with Tommy Lee? That's a good ass movie. They made a couple of them. Remember that? Remember Tommy Lee? They had the one with where the guy had the broken arm with the marshals. It was a couple. Oh, them was some good movies, right? Was it Marshall? I don't know. I like that. It had the black woman. Oh, that was good, man. And then he got framed and someone else murdered his wife. Remember that? Oh, you know, black people like that movie. That was a good ass movie. So you telling me you had Tommy Lee in the bushes? If that was Tommy Lee, you know damn well he figured this shit out in the first 5 minutes. So you got the AG, federal task, working with state task and local task. This is a hell of a motherfucking day. Let's go to the chat. Cole Black said, Steve Marshall, the prosecutor on this case, he is David Duke of criminal cases here and all shit. And Bam and Hoover, he won Crime Stopper of the Year, white people's hound dog. That's why that white man said, what made this case rise to the level of the AG? That's why I brought up everything I brought up about Jalen, about the bridge, about low income, about $7 minimum wage in Alabama. What made this case worthy of all the money y'all spent? If I know as a white reporter, it was a lie from the beginning. Why? He's asking, why did you spend the money? Why did you waste the time? Why are you even here as the AG? Why are you here? You deal with misdemeanors? That's not why we pay you. That's not why we elected you. But Cole Black, shout out to Cole Black. Yes, it is why you elected me. Hello. What did Cole Black say? White people's hound dog. Yeah, that's why I'm here. To get reelected. And like I said, when they create policy, he may run for governor and the legislation will have Carlee Russell's name on it. His commercial, Cole Black, when he runs for governor or senator, will have Carlee Russell in the commercial. And if he's able to put this girl in prison, this 20-year-old black girl who made a mistake, and I was 20, I made mistakes. I don't want her to go to jail. I want her to be able to get better and get help. If he's able to put this black girl in jail, then I can guarantee you he will get rewarded by the same people who elected him. They will elect him to higher office. Ain't that right, Cole Black? Ain't that right, Cole Black? Ain't that right, Cole? He will use this politically advantageous. Did I say that right? I don't think I said that right. He was specifically selected, so I think she'll do 6 months. Come on! Cole Black, we on one accord up in here. Yes, you're gonna do some time. My wife can speak to how these people get elected and promoted off of putting our families in prison. And even if they even if they cheat and lie and steal, they won't retract the shit because their promotion is based on the lying and the stealing and bodies being incarcerated. Cole Black said, I think she's gonna get 6 months. I think she's gonna get 6 months in a year on probation, civil suit, community service. I agree. You know why? Because it's politically advantageous to get her jail time. They get elected on being tough on crime. We've been talking about this. You can't be soft on crime. So if he can show that he's tough on crime and he puts this lying black woman with this climate of this divisive hate with this Sundown song being #1 in America, this could catapult him. Could catapult him. Deborah, what did Deborah say? False reporting, $1,000. False incident, $1,000. 1 year each in Alabama. Hello, Perfect and Miss Perfect Timing. Hello, Deborah. I love you. God bless you. That's my 5.0 sister right there. Cole Black, he said, facts. This will be an opportunity for a white man to gain favor amongst his peers. Come on. It's bigger than this young girl. And you know I'm in the black manosphere, and I know a lot of black men have trauma, and we don't like black women and all this boo-hoo-hoo. I got 20-year-old sons the same age, 24-year-old son. He's a fucking idiot, bro. He's a fucking idiot. When I say idiot, it's not the levels of idiocracy that this young man possesses. It's new heights, goddammit. New heights for my own 20-year-old. So no, I don't want Carletha. I don't want Carletha held up in effigy. I don't want her crucified for being young and dumb. I got a 20-year-old. I pray about it every day because he is that dumb. I pray and pray and pray. I pray and pray, God, please just let him get past this stage because he's so dumb he gonna hurt himself or hurt somebody else. Is it fair that they use Carletha in this way? Like they never been 20, like they never been heartbroken, like they never been in love, like they never called and said, is your refrigerator running? Well, you better go catch it. Is your refrigerator running? Well, you better go catch it. It was a prank in a time of pranks. But these individuals, this is why we got to talk about these conversations like this, because we got to understand it from the perspective that Kodak Black, and thank you because Kodak Black is in Alabama. He's letting us know from a perspective, he's involved in Alabama politics, giving us nuances that we were not aware of. Thank you so much, brother. When we talk about blackness and black consciousness, and we talk about black women not getting along with black men, and when they divide us, it's called divide and conquer. Ladies and gentlemen, it's called divide and conquer. And I'm not happy as a black man who loves black people, who includes black women, that my little sister is being scapegoated. AL made a hella good point. We handle Carletha. But I'm not okay with this white man getting elected to governor or senator and creating laws to use against my son based off my little sister being heartbroken. That's chicken shit. I'm not okay with that. We could deal with our shit in-house. It's none of your motherfucking business. 20-year-olds, 16-year-olds, you know what it's like to have a crush? A teenage love. A teenage love. Don't hurt me again. Don't hurt me again. Anybody been crying in the shower? Crying, mama, you call her, mama. She won't answer my call, mama, she'll answer your call, mama. Can you call her for me? She won't answer my call, mama. You seen the black girl jump off the second story, fall into a car? You seen the black girl blow up a car? You seen the black girl jump in the front windshield? No, Roger, we supposed to be married. No. Jump out the second floor, blow up the car. We seen all of this. So when they divide us, the black men are over here laughing and nobody is unpacking what's going on with the black women. That's why I went in on Barbie. That's why I went on the doll test, on this identity crisis, this ideal of beauty, and why this breakup and this cheating affected her so much. Jado said it first. Give him thank you to the chat. What up? Roger Report laughing in there. Tampa Ball said, white people, mercy for we the book for these not white. Kamala Harris became VP off the backs of putting black women behind bars for what? Tampa Bong, for not sending your child to school, huh? For being tough on crime, huh? Thank you, Tampa Bong. That's excellent. And no one said anything about being tough on crime, but the person that she was tough on was black women. And black women voted for her. This shit goes deep. So let's go ahead and finish up the video.
False reporting to law enforcement authorities, Class A misdemeanor with $1,000 bond. Falsely reporting an incident, a Class A misdemeanor with a $1,000 bond.
Chief, I know you mentioned this the last time we were together. Just wondering if you have any update on an idea of the cost that the Hoover Police Department expended in those 48, 49 hours Carlee Russell was missing? And one final question, do you at this point have any more information if Carlee Russell acted alone or anyone helped her?
Yeah, we have not finished, obviously, the 49 hours. We've been certainly busy since her return, so I still don't have a total on that, and we don't have any idea where Carlee Russell was 49 hours.
Right here.
Cold Black, it got to be a trip to live in Alabama. Do you hear this? They are not satisfied. They want blood. 3 reporters have asked who were the accomplices because just like the 911 call told us, just like Cold Black told us about that cut and where she was able to go, everyone in Alabama knows somebody helped that girl. That girl didn't get from that side of that road and in Alabama by herself. And that girl was not alone for 2 days. They want blood. Y'all hear 3 reporters ask succinctly what the fuck happened? Where was she and who helped her? Because we from Alabama. Come on, Cold Black. We from Alabama, and we know somebody helped her. Was it her parents? Was it the boyfriend? And if and when will you press charges on the people who helped her and kept her secret? That is no joke. Them is woods. This is Alabama. Somebody helped her. They asked that question 3 times on purpose so that task force know what they doing. They want blood. It's not enough. We're going to have another press conference within a week, you guys. I guarantee we're going to have another press conference within a week because they are not satisfied. They want blood. Where did she go? Who helped her? Where did she sleep? And will those people be charged? When they find out, when the reporters and the YouTube reporters and the YouTube sleuths, Cold Black might know right now. Oh, Tracy, you dirty dog motherfucker, you. Oh, you getting cussed out. Fuck you, fuck you, fuck you, fuck you today, fuck you yesterday. You just can't. What? How long I been live? I've been live for 60 minutes, motherfucker. 60 motherfucker. Don't you come in here saying hello. This is the thing with niggas and nigga women. This is the problem. 60 motherfucking minutes and you come up in my motherfucking house with dirty money ass feet talk as if you've been here the whole dagnab time. No. Deborah, do not let Tracy get away with that shit. Deborah, Miss Perfect Time, get on her motherfucking head. Y'all didn't have to write the notes out. Y'all didn't have to list the charges. And this funky foot motherfucker coming here talking about hello at the motherfucking hour. At the motherfucking hour, Tracy. Hello to you too, Tracy. Hi. I ain't doing shit. I'm just on the motherfucking microphone doing the podcast. But how are you, Tracy? How are you doing today, Tracy? I love your sister and may you be blessed, you and your son and your beautiful family. Hello in the middle of my motherfucking show. God damn it, don't come in here with a motherfucking hello. Not nothing about Carlita. Hi, Tracy. Let's stop the show, everybody. Everybody right now, can we say hi or hello to Tracy in the chat? I'm going to type hello right now. I'm going to say hello right now to Tracy. Hello to everybody in the chat. We're going to take a station break. I'm going to take a drink of water while everybody else follows suit. Tracy is needed. It's Friday, right? It's Fine Friday for Tracy fine ass. You know you's a fine motherfucker when you put a flower behind your motherfucking ear. Everybody say hello, Tracy. Okay. It's not a motherfucking show. It's not a motherfucking topic. It's not a motherfucking podcast. It's none of those. It's a conversation between me and my sister, Tracy. How you doing, Tracy? How's your day going? It's Friday. It's hot in the motherfucking Northern California. You know I've been doing my podcast thing. I seen Make This Go Viral. She sent me a Instagram about her Carlee Russell coverage. She can't fuck with me, man. I'm the best at this shit. But I love Make This Go Viral. She taught me a lot. She's a great YouTuber, and she's having a lot of success on both of her channels. Both of her channels is monetized. Congratulations to Make This Go Viral. All the good work you guys do over there, you know what I'm saying? I feel like, she helped me so much in the beginning, and it's like one of those things where somebody take the knowledge and they go and they grow and they be more greater and more beyond than you are, you know what I'm saying? So it's one of those things, you know what I'm saying? So I want to say thank you to everybody. Oh shit. Oh man. What the fuck else he got to say? I don't think he got nothing else to say.
WAGG 610. Chief, let me ask you this. Going forward, there's been a lot of concern in the community as per young Black and brown females being reported missing. Would Hoover and other agencies have the same fervor going forward as they did with the case with Carlee Russell?
Absolutely. This, as I said initially, our focus was bringing Carlee home when she got home. And then our focus has been to find out if there was a kidnapping. We find out there's not. We work every case like all other law enforcement does. So I don't have any concern anywhere that would be an issue.
And can I echo what Chief said? I've been in law enforcement for 27 years. Law enforcement throughout this state. I've never seen anybody interested in the color of your skin in investigating a criminal case. And I expect, regardless of your gender.
Kodak. And that boy running for office right now. Hey, Kodak. It's Alabama. He said, I ain't never in his whole life. What Kodak just say? He said, I ain't never seen race come up. Really? Ain't this where Ahmaud Arbery was murdered? You no good motherfucker, you.
Your race, when that report is filed, the Alabama law enforcement is going to do its job.
Valerie Bell, ABC 3340. What was her emotional state when she arrived to the jail today, and is she seeking any help at this point in time?
I was not there, so I really can't tell you exactly, and I really don't know anything else.
All right, last question.
Robinson, WBRC Chief. What are next steps after this? What is going to happen next?
Well, right now, the Attorney General's office attorneys will start dealing with our detectives and going through case files and preparing prosecution, I presume.
Thank you guys very much.
Will y'all be releasing a mugshot?
Yes, we will momentarily.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, there you have it. Carlee Russell charged with 2 misdemeanors.
There you have it. Carlee Russell charged with 2 misdemeanors and a gang of YouTube commercials. I mean, a gang of YouTube commercials. How many YouTube commercials is there? I mean, a gang of YouTube commercials. So where we at? We back in the Perfect Timing Podcast studios, and we go into our next topic of the day. Let's take down the banner. Carlee Russell was charged and arrested. Tracy says hello. That's what we got so far. 2 misdemeanors. She's already posted bond. Now there was money raised. Several questions came up. Let me put the link in the chat in case anybody want to talk about the Carlee Russell case. I'll put the link in the chat. A couple things came up. 3 times, 3 different reporters asked about where did she go and who were the accomplices. I've stated here that I believe another press conference will be forthcoming, and I believe someone will actually tell. I believe someone will actually snitch, and someone will actually spill the beans outside of Carlee and say, we planned this, I helped her, and ask for immunity or something like that because they don't want to get charged. I believe that's the next step. The next step in this case is they find the accomplice, and then that may help them convict Carlee and get the actual 6 months that Kodak is saying. If they can get the accomplice to testify against Carlee, then yeah. So this is not over by a long shot. This is not over by a long shot. She's lawyered up. Who's paying for the lawyer? She got charged. She got arrested. There's an AG, the Alabama State AG. And in the chat, someone noticed and pointed out that the state AG from California was able to go on to the vice presidency from similar cases like this. This is not a joke. The current vice president, who was the AG of California, was able to elevate herself to the position of vice president via being tough on crime on cases like this. So I would not expect the AG to falter in any way. He is not going to settle for anything less than jail time. This is why they brought up the volunteers. This is why they brought up the federal, local, and state task force and the money that cost it, so that they can justify everything that's to come, all for something that they knew was a lie from the very first time, for the very first 5 minutes. They knew it was a lie from the 911 call. I could go back and play the 911 call, but I'm gonna try to go back and watch my video. So we're not gonna go back. We're not gonna play the 911 call because I want y'all to go back and watch my video where we did do the 911 call. So I was just, while that video was ending, I was bringing up the next video and the next topic, which is like more sugar for us. But unless I got the link, unless anybody want to talk about something. Now, Lil Boosie is upset with Kodak Black, and Lil Boosie is upset with Kodak Black for doing a song with 6ix9ine, and he's trending all over the internet. So they actually performed the song. They actually performed the song together, and Boosie is upset, and then Boosie hops on the country song with some white lady.
Police on my trail say I'm riding with a rocket on me. Told them, oh, well, I done beat too many bodies on me. Run up if you wanna have you weaving in your body. Homies trying to get involved. I don't even know. I keep a 6 shots. Ain't nothing jumping out and you got big problems. I got a switch on the stick. Automatic chopper. Shotgun pump. Walking like a rock waller. I'm a done dollar. We sang it down like we played on the movie shot. In the TRX with the tech. I'm a rough rider. I'ma hit you from the roof, partner. Boosie Boo Fire. She trying to tell me the Holy Ghost. With the shot, I want to smoke. Stop telling me, let it go. Police on my.
Is this cribbing the culture? Country song, white lady, 808, and Boosie, his representation of blackness on this country music song. So we got Lil Nas X with one of the biggest country stars, and his representation of black male is homosexual, LGBTQ, right? Then you have Boosie, alleged murderer. He's on the country song, right? All this is happening at the same time as Sundown Song is the #1 record. Little Boosie's on the country song, right? With 808, we talked about the power of the 808 and the mental messaging and massaging that they make with the music and the beats. And he's on the country music song, just like Lil Nas X, right? Pushing that agenda, and he's pushing the agenda of gangsterism and violence. When we had just talked about, I heard somebody the other day talking about my talking points. I think I was watching Kev Gills. Y'all know I'll be watching Kev Gills. He's talking about gangsterism when there are no more black gangs left in America. When we already did the report that the cartel it took out all of the black gangs. So there is no Don Dada, there is no Shada. You only have rappers. I've talked about this. I haven't done the expose that I want to do. But if you guys unpack what's going on in an election year, you don't actually have this real violence for any of us. Shout out to my brother Jay Doe. I seen you earlier. Any of us who frequent these inner cities, they're not what they were in the 90s. You don't have the level of violence. You don't have the men. Black men in California are homeless and under the freeway. A lot of times I look at the brothers, I'm like, why they don't go rob a bank or go rob a store or do something like that? So what you actually have is you have a major decline amongst black men in America. That's not being talked about because we focus on the numbers in the black manosphere, how good black men are doing, but the 20-year-old, the young black man is not doing all that well. And so you don't have these large gangs anymore. You don't have these large inner city populations where everybody, you see it in a rap song. You have small, minute fractions where this type of violence is allowed to occur. In democratic liberal cities where laws exist that allow behavior like this to ensue. You don't have it anywhere else. So Little Boosie on a country song, and this is a representation of black men in an election year in 2023. He has an ankle bracelet on now. He's under investigation for homicide and gun possession after beating 7 murders. This is not our representation, but this is why the Pookie is a prevailing theme of what black men are, because who you see Sukiana and you see Little Boosie. You see Sukiana in London and you see Little Boosie on every timeline and on every television. So if you want to know what's being exported as a black image, you're looking at it right now. They're putting it on air. You got Carlee all over the fucking globe. Black women lie. Black women falsify. Black women waste resources. This is a hell of a message being put out right now for a young girl who made a mistake. For a young girl who made a mistake. I want to know, do they got a task force? Hey, you should have asked the AG, what are you doing about the fentanyl problem? What are you doing about the narco problem? Because y'all know, Cole Black, if you still here, you can speak to it. You work in the hospital. You know these Midwest and these Southern Bible Belt cities are being ravished. You got white people with no teeth. They being ravished by this pill epidemic. We don't talk about it because we not there, but AG, what are you doing to stop the proliferation of pharmaceutics in your state? As you create a task force for my baby sister for these misdemeanors and blast it all over the globe and then go and create legislation. What are you doing about the poverty? You know, in Alabama, they had the black people in Alabama. Yvette Carnell talked about this, where they had, and Tone talked about the sewage water. I don't know, Cole Black, I think we talked about this before, but the wastewater that they have blacks living in Alabama, is that fixed? AG, do you have a task force to deal with the water treatment plant and the sewage and the shit that you got black people living in, not 1960, but in 2023? Is there a task force for that? There's a lot of shit in Alabama, and I'm not putting Alabama down. I got family in Alabama. I'm not doing that. I'm just saying, as he creates a task force and y'all spend all this money, there's a lot of shit you could spend money on. There's a lot of attention that the police could be paying attention to stop people with the Narcan and coming into the emergency room off of overdoses and fentanyl deaths and all of that. I don't hear that. And this is a place where you got to deal with it. Alabama and the Midwest, this is where this shit is going crazy. Does he have a task force for that? Lil Boosie is on the country song representing the most ignorant representation of black men in 2023. And people wonder why Pookie is the prevailing narrative. It's because this is what's on your television and on our timeline. And he got the nerve to criticize somebody else. What did I say? Don't take the stick out of your eye. How you gonna tell your brother that he got a splinter in his eye when you got a motherfucker 2x4 larger than your eye? First, remove the blockage from your vision. First, remove the redwood tree out of your eye. I think that's a very good analogy for the conversation we've been having in the black manosphere. How you gonna tell your brother about a splinter in his eye when you have a 2x4 lodged in your eye? First, remove the blockage from your vision. Shine a light on yourself. How about some self-reflection before you tell everybody else what they doing wrong and how right you are? I say I'm perfect, I'm not right. Roger is right, I'm perfect. I'm perfect because God made me, so I'm always going to be perfection. If you ever had a child, if you ever cut an umbilical cord, then you know what I mean by my concept of perfect. I say I'm perfect, I'm not right, but I'm perfect because I am that I am. I'm always perfection because I'm this creation. But don't look for me to be right. My brother is right. So this little Boosie, and so the other thing I wanted to talk about, you guys, is a topic that kind of bothered me. Y'all remember Scrappy? And he did a very emotional speech. And it very heartfelt, very enlightened. It's like I could tell Scrappy been in therapy. Because he talked about his mother and he spoke to his mother without anger, and he was able to be vulnerable and show emotion. And that was a breakthrough moment for Scrappy. I'm excited for him for that. It was a breakthrough moment for black men. Let me say that. So many black men who haven't been to this version of the black manosphere. 5.0, 5.0, 5.0. 5.0, what comes after 3, 4? What comes after 4 or 5? That's what it is, man. So many people haven't been to this version of the black manosphere, haven't heard that type of conversation that Scrappy had with his mother. We have that every day on the Roger Report at the Cool Table. Every day, men are vulnerable, opening up, sharing feelings and emotion, and being able to grow through and grow to the next level in their lives. Go through and grow to the next level in their life. I'm so proud of Scrappy for being that example for black men. And that is the example of the black men in America that should be posted up, not Carlee, this little bitty blip mistake, and not Boosie. But he talked to his mother about what I talked about today, the consciousness that he was put upon by seeing his mother sell dope, seeing his mother sleep with multiple men, seeing his mother being hyper violent and hyper masculine, not being black. This is not black culture. When Black Uber talked about white people putting the penises in jars, I said, that's white culture. And what you see black women exhibiting is not black culture. The Mother Earth, the nourishing, everything that we talk about when we want to get back to the ancestors, that's black culture. But what you see exhibited today is not black culture. And little Scrappy was able to tell his mom, I had to fight through that consciousness. Remember, little Scrappy, I just want to fight. And all the song, he grew so much, but he was trying to tell us that version of blackness that you saw where I wanted to fight black men, I wanted to be a gangbanger. This is what I was talking about today, y'all. That version of a black man that you saw, right, where I was a gangster and I want to be like my mama, that came from my black mama's consciousness. Yeah, that came from my black mama's level of consciousness. And he said that was hurtful. I damn near lost my career, my wife, all my money, everything. Being what you taught me or showed me what a black man is supposed to be. God damn it, perfect. You done did this shit again. You done did this shit again. I've been saying it, and God be leading me to these analogies where I could create an analogy for my brothers to see my point and my perspective. What little Scrappy was saying to the world, to his black mother, to black women, and to black mothers everywhere is about what Dr. T.S.I. Johnson was trying to articulate and what we talked about this morning. That you presented to me a detrimental adjacent consciousness, adjacent to myself, juxtaposed to my own benefit and to my own growth. That's the consciousness you put upon me. and you never admitted it. You won't be honest about what you showed, the false manhood, the false masculinity, the lack of character development and problem solving, the lack of culture, the lack of conscience. This is what little Scrappy was saying to his mama. And we didn't get it. Because all of us, Mama D, how many Mama D's is out there? How many people got a Mama D? We got a lot of Mama D's. Big Mama, Mama D, Madea. Hello, Madea. What consciousness is Mama D, Madea, Big Mama handing down to black men and black women? Well, when you look at little Scrappy and Bambi, you see it. And when you look at them on TV and you look at Bambi's black mother and the level or lack of consciousness, God, dog. Remember what Kevin Samuels used to say, you got to blame your mama. Remember what Black Uru says, the grandmothers would keep them in check. If you look at Bambi's mother, you look at Scrappy's mother, and you look at their inability to create a healthy coupling, these fractured black consciousness that I keep talking about and the genesis of where it came from. Well, Scrappy and Bambi is getting a fucking divorce. They getting a divorce and they doing it in nigga Rachi fashion. Yeah, we celebrating the dysfunction because that's what niggas do. And I know he loved that girl. They just had kids. You know, Bambi from Vallejo, Northern California. I lived in Vallejo. I worked at Vallejo Kaiser. I remember when she got shot at the Vallejo Marina. I used to hang out there with my kids. I know he loved her and I know she loved him, even outside of the TV. He was trying to express her. I don't think she was able, because you got to do the heavy. I don't think Bambi has done the heavy lifting in therapy to where she could be what Scrappy needed once he had done that work and elevated out of the mama complex. Y'all listening out there? Because we talk about this. When Scrappy had that conversation with his mother, shout out to Roger and the Roger Report in the chat. Thank you for your support, brother. We talk about this a lot. When Scrappy faced his mother and he removed that mother complex, it was what Roger talks about with the pod person. Fuck red pill. Fuck blue pill. Get the fuck out the pod. Wake the fuck up from the pod. I don't believe Bambi was prepared for an awakened individual, not woke. Not woke, not red pill, not blue pill, not black pill, not none of that stupid shit. With someone who's no longer in the pod. I'm not the son you raised, Mama D. That consciousness was detrimental to me and my society. It was unhealthy. I've learned that. I'm learning what a man is. I'm learning what black culture is. That's what he was saying to his mother, to his wife, to his peers. I don't believe Bambi, and there's nothing against her, because I know she's going to grow when she misses this man, because he's going to grow and do well with this freeing moment. Now he's out of the pod. We're going to see a new Scrappy. Like, remember Waka Flocka, how he changed? Now Scrappy is out of the pod. Waka Flocka had a very powerful mother. Waka Flocka had to free himself from his mother and his wife. And then he became vegan. He went on this spiritual journey to find himself. Out of his mother's shadow. He didn't put his mama down. Scrappy not put his mama, but now you see them making a divorce, and I'm not happy about it, bro. I'm happy for Scrappy. I'm happy that he's made this leap out of the pod. But he's paying for it. It happened to me. This is what happened when you wait. A lot of black men in the black manosphere, I know you've gone through this. You come to the black manosphere, you get this elevation, you do the hard work. You may have heard my brother Rael. You may have bought some of the books that he suggests. I've bought 4 books that Rael, he just sent me a new book I'm going to buy when I get paid. and you find yourself in your peer group and your wife and your mother and people relating to you differently when you thought they had always said they wanted you to do this. Hey, black man, I hear you out there. They always said they wanted you to do this, but now people are treating you differently. Roger and I say all the time, they don't like functional black men, so you didn't did the homework. And you said it to your mama D respectfully. You didn't call her a bitch. You didn't cuss her out. You said it to your mama D like a man. All of us have our mama D's, and you had your scrappy moment, and now you paying for it. I'm paying for it, Perfect. They making me pay for it, Perfect. Roger, they making them pay for it. You didn't tell me it was going to be hard. You didn't tell me it was going to be a payment to get out the pod. But if you look at the Matrix, look what Neo went through. Remember when Morpheus said, you think that's air that you breathing? It's a shock. Y'all gotta go back and watch Scrappy, his heart on television, vulnerability. We're not supposed to be there. If you listen to Boosie, I'm a shotter, I'm a Don Dada. Stupid ass. We're not supposed to be vulnerable. We're not supposed to have the emotional intelligence that Scrappy showed because his mother didn't even possess it, y'all. His mother didn't even possess the level of emotional intelligence to process what the fuck Scrappy was saying. And now he getting divorced. And we having divorce parties. Bambi's having a divorce party. That lets me know she hasn't done the heavy lifting. She's not the support system to help meet that Scrappy needs now that he's left his mother. And he no longer needs a mother and a wife. How? Oh, Perfect, don't say that. Don't do it to him, Perfect. Now that he no longer needs a mother and a wife. Hello, wait a minute. Don't go Black Manosphere on him, Perfect. Now that he come out the pod, now that he freed himself from his black mother and his mother complex, he no longer needs a mother, he needs a partner. Oh, shit. Oh, don't do it, Perfect, don't do it. He no longer needs a mother. He don't need Bambi to be his mama anymore because Mama D never was his mother. That's why we look for a mother in our mates. It's not you, black women, it's us. This is why we turn you into our mothers, because our mothers was never mothers to us. And I'm sorry if I did that. He don't need a mother anymore. He need a wife. He need a helpmate. He needs a friend. He needs a partner. Someone he can be vulnerable with and go through this time so he can grow to the man that God has designed him to be. I don't need a mommy, Bambi. I don't want you to be Bambi. I don't want you to be mommy anymore. I need a woman, goddammit, I need a woman. Hello! I'm in monk mode. You in monk mode? Because you never met a woman. You got to be a man to tame a woman. But if you get a woman, you can take over the goddamn world. I don't need a mother, Bambi. But Bambi doesn't have a woman for a mother. What's my name in the chat? Somebody put my motherfucking name in the goddamn chat. But Bambi doesn't have a woman for a mother. So we divorced. We had an impasse. I love women. Since a child going to church, I saw how powerful a woman was and what a man could be with a powerful woman. I saw some great pastors, some great bishops, some great preachers. Some of those men, without those women, and that church would have ate them up. And the men who did not have women for wives got ate up by the church. The men who did not have women for wives got ate up by the church. Got ate up by the charge. Many are called, few are chosen. Those who did not have women for wives got ate up. But the ones who had women, it's the only reason they was the pastor. Fucking A, man. I'm going to get the fuck out of here, man. Because I'm going to get to preaching and all this. And I done said enough because it's about comprehension, and I don't want to give so much that it's too much. It's already a buffet. It's already a buffet. So it's a lot to chew on. It's not a long podcast either. So you can listen to it 2-3 times and pick apart all the little moments. I'm saying my prayer. God bless everybody who came through today. GOD, I come to you with eyes closed, head bowed, in reverence and thanks. And I want to give thanks to you for this platform, opportunity, microphone, and the voice that you've instilled in me. I pray that the message is a blessing unto those who hear. I pray that those who are here are blessed and have safe passage in their endeavors and success. There's all these blessings in your name. Amen. Y'all have a good weekend. Y'all know I don't be potting on the weekend, but I got shorts already lined up for the weekend. Y'all ain't said nothing about my comedic and my acting skills. You know I'm a comedian. I'm an actor. You know, I got shorts that do thousands of views because I'm handsome. Did you see all the comments on my shorts about my beautiful white teeth? Huh? Did you see all those beautiful comments? How many ladies love me? The ladies love Cool Perfect, you guys. Yeah, man. You know, they like the silver wolf. That silver wolf. I put this wolf on the bitch, man. I put this silver wolf on the bitch, man. So yeah, y'all go check out my shorts, all the comedic thespian aspirations that I have. You know, I'm doing my best acting and my best comedic impressions and shit, you know. So I need my 5.0 people to watch and share the shorts. So the weekend, we got shorts, and Monday we be back with the podcast. And Monday, and then y'all know in the morning, Cool Table, every morning, Roger Report Live. Cool Table, Monday through Friday, 7 a.m., Roger Report. So you can go through and grow to the man God intended, the black man God intended you to be. And then, you know, I'll follow up with that podcast life. So y'all have a good weekend. I see Tracy. Now Tracy is participating. Shout out to, I see you, Rock One. Shout out to Rock One. Please, Hammer, don't hurt her. I see MC Hammer live. I went to the concert to see JJ Fad and EPMD, and my date wanted the autograph of MC Hammer. And she, you know, the other day I was walking, I was thinking about walk it like a chocolate women. And I was thinking about India Arie. And people might not know that how my affinity for dark women. And I love like Panamanian dark women. Like, and I would, you know, the girls that would have the cherries, the car, you know, they would have the car interior with the cherries. Those black girls, they were like black cherry. They usually would be like Panamanian or something like that. And my date that night was one of those ones, like a Coco. She was in love with me, boy. dark Panamanian, big old titties, and I wanted them titties. So I got the autograph. I did not want to go get this motherfucking order. Oh, I was pissed, boy. I was fresh. I had been hustling. I had the freshest 1984 Olympic Adidas sweatsuit. Oh, I was icy. I had matching leather dope boy gloves. I was the freshest, nigga. So fresh, the MC Hammer and the Too Big MC noticed me because I'm big and I'm in all white. Young nigga with a big, bad black bitch. What is he doing here? And he in the front row, I'm in the third row at Circle Star Arena. Circle Star. If you're not from the Bay Area, you don't know about the Circle Star. But if you're from the Bay Area, you know about the Circle Star Theater. We at the Circle Star Theater. JJ Fad, EPMD, my favorite group. That's why I went, because EPMD, my favorite group. The West Coast fuck with EPMD. So I got to see EPMD live. Paris and them is walking around and snorting coke in the open. In the open. This nigga 7 foot tall. He buy a drink from the bar. I'm 12. It's the 80s. I can't even sell dope in my neighborhood. I could hold dope, but I'm not allowed to sell dope in my neighborhood because it was laws and rules about the age you had to be in order to sell crack. So I wasn't even old enough to sell crack. I'm seeing this. And she wants me to get an autograph from MC Hammer. I'm pissed, y'all. I almost didn't like her no more. If she wasn't that dark and them titties wasn't that big, I probably would have never talked to her fucking ass again. Oh, I'm a Leo. I'm a Leo to the heart, man. I'm such a prideful motherfucker. It wasn't a big deal, but I took this shit personal. So I got MC Hammer autograph, right? MC Hammer seen the broad, right? He had already been peeping her, so he like, hey, you want a picture? So he got a picture with the broad, like, and she come right, oh, okay. Like, oh, you little bitch. Yeah, she got a little picture, she got a little autograph, you know what I'm saying? But that's my story, man. I'll never forget that shit, man. And she always liked me too. Because as I got older in the hood and everything with prominence, she always would come back around and I would function with her, but I never forgave her. bitch, you know your girl go to it. Yeah, man. Fuck your MC Hammer loving ass, bitch. Like, for real. 1984 Los Angeles Olympics. It was white Adidas. It was shiny. It was parachute. It wasn't the nylon Adidas suit. It was parachute. Y'all remember the parachute pants? It was parachute material, nigga. And it was shiny, mirror reflected. Look it up. White. What? 1984 Los Angeles. Oh, that sweatsuit cost me a pretty penny. Hey, made me think of Ali Sadiq. He said, I did all this shit for a fresh ass sweatsuit.